Hello everyone, this is Rita Holmes, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I am here tonight to bring you a video. It's going to be a fun fold. I know I'm a couple days late, haven't been feeling real well. Went to the doctor today, everything's fine, got some medicine and ready to be on the mend again. So anyway, just took me a couple days to get back into doing things, and but I just thought I needed to come and get this done, you know, and I have some time tonight. It's late, but that's okay. I feel like doing a video, so I'm doing a video. What I want to tell you, though, is don't forget we have the kids on sale till the end of the month, 30% off. We also have Close to My Heart products on sale. You go online and go to the shop products and to the Close to My Heart products, and you'll see that they are on sale 30% off until as long as supplies last. So every day things keeps going down just a little bit more, but there are some still stuff up there, so you might want to take a look at that if you are a scrapbooker, or you can incorporate it into your stamping too. Have lots of papers and different things, but it was their product. And we are now bringing out some of our products. So they had bought some to carry over, the Close to My Heart people that were joining Stampin' Up. So this is for them to use and stuff. And so they are sending it on to us and letting us buy and use that product too. So there you go. Also, we have the joining special. If you would love to join Stampin' Up, ever thought about it and you haven't, now might be the time. For $99, you can join and get $155 worth of product. And you get to pick out that product yourself, because they don't have like a designed kit themselves. You design your own kit for what you want to do. And so that's a really nice thing to do. And you can get a lot of stuff. You can do it through just product of stamping, you know, stamp ink papers. You can do tools. You know, you could get the Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine and a couple other little things. And that'd be a good deal, because the Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine's $130 by itself, and you would get it for $99 plus tax if your state has a tax rate. There's no shipping on the starter kit. It is absolutely free. I do want to tell you that all the cards that I do tonight, you know, all the cards I do on these videos have a PDF to them, and you can get them on my Facebook group, Stamp Crazy VIP. Join the group, go to the file section. You can get PDFs that go back 4 years. I have PDFs every week, and they are all in those file sections, so you can watch the old videos. You can, and the videos that are on here are mainly what I have on my Facebook group too, so that way there is a PDF, but it's in the file section under my Facebook group, Stamp Crazy VIP. And I'd love for you to join it if you don't already belong to it. I do the same video on my group on Tuesday mornings at 10 o'clock, and I do the PDFs, and they go into the files there. And then sometimes we have little discussions and stuff. It's not a group that goes on and on and on. It has lots of stuff every day, but we do have the video every week. And then on Saturdays, I now do a video, Simply Saturday. It's at 10:30. It's a pre-recorded video that comes on here on YouTube, comes on my my Facebook group, Stamp Crazy VIP, and on my Facebook page, my business page, Stamp Crazy by Rita Holmes, which is the same name as my YouTube channel. So you can get that video in all three places. There is a PDF for that, but it just tells you mainly how to cut the paper and has a picture of the card, because it's called Simply Saturday, because the cards are pretty simple. And if you like simple cards and that, you may want to check it out, because sometimes those are fun. Sometimes that's all you have the time for. So anyway, just check me out with that. But today we're going to do a fun fold. And I am going to go ahead and turn my phone down to where you can see. You're going to see a cord. I got my phone plugged in today because it's night and my phone is used all day long. So it's got low battery. So I need to plug it in. So hopefully we don't lose you, or you don't lose me, or something like that. So let's turn the camera around. And there we go. And here we go down. And I'm going to bring you in closer to where you can see these cards. And I am going to make sure that I have, as soon as I can get my mouse to work over here. I don't have my mouse pad, so it's like, okay. I want to make sure that I'm in focus, so I'm bringing that up on my computer, my monitor screen that's straight ahead of me. And I look a little crooked here. I don't know what that's about. But we'll see if we can fix it. Don't know. But anyway, there we go. It's a little bit fixed. Here's my host code. If you would like to order from me, if you don't have a demonstrator, you can go to my online store. That's all listed in the description below, which is ritaholmes.stampinup.net. This is my host code to use if you'd like to order. And if you order lots over $150 or more, then don't use my host code, because then you could get your own rewards and get a little bit of money amount to spend on yourself. So with all of that being said, I'm going to start. I'm going to show you the inside of my card. The stamp set I'm using today is Christmas Friends stamp set on page 43 of the mini catalog, the one that just came out. And it's these little guys here with the dies, and we are going to be using that, and we're going to be using the paper from, it's called Take a Bow, which is it's got like, I think it's 4 different designs, well 8 counting the back, and 10 of each paper. So we're going to use that. I've used 2 of them. I've used this one, and then I used this one, and tonight I'm going to use this one. So you can see 3 papers, and I might do a different animal. I'm not real sure yet. I'm going to get started on the card and then decide what animal I'm going to do. Here's the moose, here's the owl. If you haven't seen the stamp set, it also has a mouse and it has a bear. So I'm going to do my little stamp and see what we can do. Okay, so it's such a cute set, and it has a die set, and I know I'm moving my camera because I got everything stuck behind it. I love this big circle. In that big circle, you can use the biggest circle and the stylish shape dies, and it fits right inside, and that's what this is right here. This is the circle that comes in this set, and then that's the large circle and the stylish dies, which makes it really nice. You can have a little bit bigger of a circle. And then we have all of the animals. We have some stars, some music notes, some things we can use as packages with bows, a little blurb there for saying some holly, and then we have this, that is the little tree. So without further ado, we are going to go ahead and we're going to get started on this card. Okay, so here's how it opens. It's a double pop-up. And I had a friend that said it'd be really cute to send this, put a picture here. You can do another saying, you can do another die cut of one of the other animals and put in here. You can do so much with that spot. I left it blank on both of them. And but that's the 2 papers. This is just the same paper, but that's the back side. And the same with this one, same paper, but that's the back side. Okay, let's put these aside, and we are going to get out our papers. And what I'm going to do is I am going to show you how to score this. We're going to start off with a 5.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and we are going to score it. So I'm getting out my paper trimmer, and I'm going to have to put the arm out on it because we're going further than 6 inches, or 6 1/4 actually. So let me go ahead and do this. This is 5.5 by 11, and we're going to score it 4 1/4. So there's 4 1/4. So let's score there. 4 1/4, 5.5, and then 6 3/4. So we have our score lines on that. We're going to set this aside, and we're going to bring in the 2 pieces that measure. This measures 3 by 4.5, and these are our inside pieces for our pop-up. And we are going to go ahead and score those at, I'm going to go a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to go right here at a 1/2 inch. Then we're going to go 3 1/4. And then 3 3/4. And we're going to do that on both pieces of paper, or white cardstock. There we go. Couldn't get that to line up right there. So we have that. Let's do this other one real quick. I could have had this done and saved some time, but I wanted to be able to show this to you. So we're at a 1/2 inch, 3 1/4, and then 3 3/4. It just doesn't want to slide to that 3 3/4 inch mark. It's like, come on. There we go. 3 3/4. So we're done scoring and stuff. We'll put this away. Let's put our arm down. We don't want to break it. That wouldn't be good. Now we're going to fold. We are going to fold our card. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to fold this back on that 5.5 inch score line. We're just going to take and fold that. Fold that, and then we're going to take the 2 score lines on either side of that and just fold that back on itself and score it. And we're going to do that on this other side too. And I'm going to kind of make sure that my edges meet. And then when you open your card, this is what you've got. Now, I did see this card by another demonstrator, Susan Campfield did it, and she saw it on another website. I kind of took both cards and did my own little thing as far as decorating it. I scored everything the same. And then we are going to go ahead and score this, but I wanted to let you know that this is not my idea. I wish I could take credit for cards, but I don't always. I can see a card and then do something with, you know, my own creation, whatever. But I don't think any of us come up with our own designs. So all of these score marks are mountain folds. They are bent down to, so that they fold like this. And that is that piece. We're going to do this piece the same way. Fold it in. We're going to do this one. Fold it in. And then we're going to fold this one in. Now, before I do anything else with that, I'm going to take, and here's the paper we're using. I got a hot mess, don't I? Okay, I should have 2 of those too. Yep, I do. These are cut 2.5 by 2 3/4, and they go on here. Okay, and I'm going to put this busy side, I think. Yes, I'm going to put this on the inside. Let me see if my glue gun is clogged up tonight or if it's going to work for me. It's almost out of glue, which I say every week, and it still has glue in it. But it's not going to work. I think I'm at the point of having to put fill a new bottle. So anyway, I'm going to screw that back on there. And then I'm going to bring my other little happy glue out, which is this glue, which is the green glue from Stampin' Up, actually. And I put it in these little bottles because it makes it so nice and convenient. And it doesn't come out heavy. So we just need a little bit of glue. We're going to go ahead and lay this down in between the score lines. Make sure where that other score line is, and that way and this paper has so much white and the cardstock is white, that's kind of hard. And there we go. And I could do it before I scored it, but then I can't see the scoring line, so I think a lot of it has to do with my old eyes. I have old eyes, old body, old eyes, but that's okay. Still love to stamp. Hope I don't ever lose that passion of loving to stamp. There we go. So we have our inside of our cards made. Before I put them down, I cut 2 pieces of cardstock, 1 inch by 5 1/4. It's going to go here on the inside panels of that. So what I'm going to do is just add some glue, and I'm just going to add that to one side here, trying to get it kind of even. You know, those old eyes don't always see everything even either. That's why it's handmade though. That's the fun part about being handmade. It doesn't have to look 100% like a Hallmark card. Remember, those are factory produced, and we are doing handmade. So, and I think people like to get handmade cards because they like the fact that you put the time and thought into thinking of them and sending them a card. Okay, so we have these. Now what I'm going to do is show you how I put these in. And I am going to bring in my tape runner to do that, because I want that to be really, so I have my little craft mat, and I'm going to do this small edge first. So I'm going to go ahead and put just adhesive on that small edge. I'm going to line this up, not on the, not directly on the fold, but right really close to it. And I'm going to eyeball that and see if I got it kind of, bring it down just a hair. And I think that's what I like. Make sure that that's not in the way of the score line. I'm going to burnish that really good. There we go. So that holds that down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put adhesive on the wider end, which is the outer end of this side. I'm going to take my tape runner again, and you can do it with glue. The thing about the tape runner is it holds faster when you're doing this. So I'm going to push that under. Look at this mess. Let's get it out of the way. I'm going to lay this over this way with this down like that, okay? And I'm just going to fold my card over and let it grab that piece right there. I'll rub with that. And then that is that part of the card. And I'm just going to go ahead and do this on the other side too. So what I'm going to do, bring my mat back in that was flying all over the place. Do my glue. And I'm just going to try to line these up together so that they're not uneven. And you could stagger them. Put one up higher, one down lower. That would be kind of cute too. If I didn't already put this one kind of in the middle, I might have tried that, but too late now. So I'm going to bring that over, make sure that I'm above my score line a little bit. Piece of dry glue right there. I need to get that out of there. And then I'm just going to burnish this one, because that will help that hold down. Get that really tight. I'll bring in my craft mat, lay this down, do the same thing here. Oops. And you know, I don't like to have my videos go over a lot of time. And probably, if this one does, you'll see my husband come down to tell me good night, which is around 10 o'clock. I should have probably waited. So I've got that folded over. Now I'm going to bring this side over and do my glue. And just burnish that side too, so we can have that stick. And there we go. We have that card. Now, I'm not gluing this because if you did, your card won't stand up nice. But if you have it like this, it will stand up and it can be displayed a little bit better. Okay, and that's why that is not shut. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my pieces, and they're cut 1 inch by 5 1/4, just like the red cardstock. And I'm going to put those on the outside edge. I don't like a lot of white space, so I want to add these here. I'm going to pull that up and make that a little straighter. There we go. And then I just had the other piece. Did I drop it? If you'd see under me, my little cat, my kitten that I got, is asleep in its bed right under my feet. She has to be where I'm at, which makes my husband happy, because she is very feisty. So I'm going to glue this one down too. Just kind of, I've got a little piece of dry glue there too. There we go. Okay, so that's the inside of my card for right now. What I want to do here, I want to bring this over to here on the outside. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down. So we're going to put this on the outside. As soon as I can, just grab and hold as soon as I stick it down. And I want it to give me some wiggle room. There we go. And I am going to go ahead, while I'm gluing, I'm going to go ahead and glue my red circle on there, because I'm not going to be doing anything to it, so I might as well just get it out of my way. So let's glue that down. I like to get rid of all the extra pieces that I can. So there we go. We're going to set that aside. And now let's bring this in. What we're going to do here is we are going to stamp the little trees. I'll just bring this in, and I'm going to use some Memento Black. And the reason being is I'm going to use my Stampin' Blends to color in that a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this over. Let me see. I'm going to see which way. I think I might use the bear. See if I can get him off of there. See if that's what I want to use. Yeah, let's use the bear. So we're going to put our trees here. And then we're going to put one here. Whoops, here. And there we have two little trees. Nice to have. I didn't wet my other little chamois thing, so I'm going to take my stamp cleaner chamois and wipe that little bit of ink off of there. And clean the stamp. And since I'm going to use the bear, I'm going to take this saying that says, they are stuck on here because I have not used that saying. So it just wants to be on here just really, really tight. So sometimes I take my pick tool, or my pokey tool, I should say, or I could use my pick tool, and I pick that up. This says, have a very Merry Christmas. And I am just going to add that right here to, I'm going to add it just at an angle. Have a very Merry Christmas. How cute is that? And what I'm going to do then is I'm going to take Happy Holidays. And I'm going to stamp that for the inside of my card. And I thought I had a scrap, little tiny scrap piece of white. Let me look right here for one. I keep lots of scraps in my little drawer over here so that I can have lots of that to do. So let's just stamp that on here. And I'll show you what we're going to do with that. Okay, now the last thing we got to do is stamp our little bear, right? Let's clean table up. Let's move the thing up in a low area here. Let's go up just a hair. There we go. So, put the bear on here. Let's put him on here. And we're going to have to cut him out, but let's stamp him, and then we can move the stamp pad out of our way. There we go. He's nice and stamped. Which is good. I like to put my stamps up when I'm done just because of the fact that they're easy to lose if you don't. So let's color his, I got some colors over here. It's what I've used on the other one, so that's what I'm going to use on him too. Don't know that I'll need all of them, but I'm going to exchange my greens for a little bit of blue, I think, or gray. I think I'll do gray. Let's do I tell you what, I make a mess out of my little jewels all the time. Pull them off. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take his bow and I'm going to use the light cherry cobbler on his bow. And I'm just going to do right here on these little lines, like that, and I'm going to bring in the light real red. Just want to make sure I get the outside of it basically done. Leave some of the white space, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that. It's kind of a trick that I saw and I really liked it. So what you do is you take your color blender and you just lightly color that, and where that white space is, that red's going to bleed into that. You don't want to get it too wet, it'll bleed everywhere. And I may have to come back in with a light little bit of red, but let's see how that bleeds. And then I'm going to take the light real red and I'm going to do my little berries right here. They look like little berries. I'm just hitting all this with red, like that. Let's do one up here. Doesn't really show one, but I am going to use it. And then I've got the light Mossy Meadow, and I'm just going to color in this because it is kind of dark, but I'm not going to do a lot of shading on this because of the reds being in there. I'll lift a little bit of color out of it, maybe, with the color lifter. You just want to be careful when you're doing that. Okay, there's that. I'm going to take my color lifter again, and I'm just going to do this in random spots. It'll lighten up some of the areas where I went over that. I'm going to take my light real red and I'm going to color in my, I don't like that too much red, and then I'm going to lift it back off. I left too much white in those areas. I'm just going to lift off in those areas. And I don't know if you can see it, but it kind of gave 2 dimensions to that, what I just did. Now I'm going to take my grays. I'm going to take this dark gray just to give a little bit of color to my white bear. I'm just going to add some gray in these areas that are supposed to be dark. Not a lot, because I don't want to add a lot of color to him. I want him to be white. Then I'm going to take this and go around the edges. Here comes my husband, guys, so you may see him. Come tell me good night. My husband always goes to bed before me, so he comes and tells me good night a lot. So I've just got that in. So let's take the color lifter. I just put it up and it's on the bottom. So let's just take that and kind of, I'm just going to lighten all that with the color lifter. It'll blend some gray into him. And that's how we're going to do that. My husband probably wonders who I'm talking to. He's probably saying, what are you doing videos so late? That's when I had time for it. There we go. So that's my little guy. So let's cut him out. He has a die over here, which is right here. So I'm going to cut him out. I hope I got that narrow enough to do that. Let's see. See if I got my paper narrow enough. Let's put this up here. I might have it like just right, you know. Look at that. I think I do. I think it's good. Should have cut it a hair smaller, but and what I want to do is I have some tape right here that I've used on these other ones. I'm just going to take a piece of it off. This is Post-it note tape. I'm just going to tape that down and put this over here. And we're going to roll that in. But wait a minute. I see it's not right where it needs to be there. My tape came. There we go. Let's try it again. There we go. So let's just go in and come back. Didn't really have to come back. I just did it because it was closer. So that we'll put back there, put my little tape on it, and here he is for the card. So let's bring our card in. And what we're going to do is, where's my circle? I forgot to color my trees. Let's just take this and just add a little color on these trees. Right here where the leaves are. You don't have to color them all the way in. Light can be shining through them, right? I think this is the cutest little card. Because I love these little animals. They're so cute. take this crumb cake. Where's this not crumb cake? Yep, it's crumb cake. It's the dark. And I'm just making a little wooden stem in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue this on with my glue. Did you see that? It's like, where did that go? So we're going to put that on. We're going to take some dimensionals. We are just going to put this on our bear. And I'm going to put several because I want him to stand up. 4 be enough. I don't have no fingernails, so it's hard for me to get this off. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm not talking up really loud, am I? So this will go right here. And then I have right here, there are little stars that are in that, with the dies. And we're going to use that. We're going to put 2 stars on this tree. So I'm just going to put a little dot of glue. Pick up a star with my pick tool. And glue it down. I'm going to do that with 2 stars. This one's upside down, so I have to turn him over. It makes it easy to hold on to do that. So there's our stars. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to cut this at an angle. Like I do in a lot of stuff. I like my angles. And we're going to bring it in here. And we're just going to glue it inside here. We are almost done. Just a couple more glue things, and I just glue that at an angle also. And I'm going to put 2 stars on here. So let's do that. And the last thing I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to take these little peppermints and put on the front of my card. So let's put one here, maybe here. And I think I will put one like in between the trees. Let's put 2 more. We'll put a couple small ones down here by the bear. Put 5. So there we go. There's our peppermints. So that is our card. It just goes like this. And you open it, and there you go. Let me clean this mess up a little bit, and I'll show you all 3 cards. These are cards I don't want to get rid of. Aren't they cute? So there they are. That's all 3 cards. Can you see them with all the mess? I was really messy tonight. That is all 3 cards. And somebody's asked me a question. But there's all 3 cards, and you are welcome to go over to my Stamp Crazy VIP group on Facebook and pull off the PDF. It has all the dimensions and everything I used. So that is it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it, and leave me a comment, a thumbs up, share my video so that other crafters can see what we're doing, and I would appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great night. Bye.